Happy Thursday to you. I'm glad to be able to come to you with a word of encouragement today. One of my favorite Psalms in all the Bible is number 107. And I think it's one of my favorites because it has so many things in it I can identify with. It talks about, at the beginning, giving thanks to the Lord, for he is good, and his steadfast love endures forever. So those of us that he has redeemed should speak up about that, because we have been delivered from trouble. We have been delivered from trouble. Now, the bigger context there is we've been delivered from the trouble of sin and death. But the psalmist does something amazing here. He gives us 4 different examples of how people get in trouble. And at the end of every example, he makes the same statement every time. Here they are. He says, some people have wandered in desert wastes, finding no way to a city to dwell in. In other words, homelessness, without provisions for daily needs. Some people live their lives that way. But then he says, the Lord delivered them from their distress. Then he goes on and says, some of us are sitting in darkness and in the shadow of death. We are experiencing physical ailments that are making us wonder about what life is really going to be like. And then it says, he delivered them from their distress. Another example he gives is, some were fools in their sinful ways, and they rebelled against God, and they lived life selfishly the way they want to. And then it says, but he delivered them from their distress. And then the final example is people who are in the midst of big storms in their lives. He gives the example of people who are out on the ocean in ships doing their business, and all of a sudden their business is put at risk because there's a storm and the ship might sink. And we live in an era where businesses are being hurt and maybe even lost because of what's going on. And it says, he delivered them from their distress. 4 examples that apply to us today, and in every one, the steadfast love of the Lord delivered them from their distress. He closes the psalm by saying this, my challenge to you today. Whoever is wise, let him attend to these things and consider the steadfast love of the Lord. Be encouraged today. No matter what storm you're in, no matter what hardship you're in, no matter what difficulty is affecting your life right now, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. Give thanks and tell somebody that God's love never fails. God bless.